guys, what's up? It's your boy Darkel coming to you from the cave with another quick video. This video is to touch up on the APX slide work, the APX Beretta. As you guys know, I had the slide cut by NcEngravers and it has worked flawlessly. I just finished putting 400 rounds through this slide, a total of 400 rounds. It's worked flawlessly. If you guys have an APX Beretta, then you know that it has a little safety feature, that is something, a little stick that protrudes through the slide, which prevents you from putting an RMR plates on there and such like that. So, Mark does cut the slide, but there's something we got to do in our part. If you see my previous video, I recommend you do that. You'll see that I'm talking about how Mark can cut your slide, but there's something that we have to do on our end before we send it to him, which is we have to shave down that little stick that protrudes through the slide, and then Mark will cut the slide, and you'll end up with a little hole. So, so that's something we have to do on our part. One of the things. Now, after Mark cuts the slide, here's the other issue that we have. So Beretta from factory has this relief cut that they do right here. And this comes from factory. It's just a relief cut, I guess, to reduce weight. And that you see down there, guys, that is actually the screw for the RMR. Okay? And you can see how much it goes through. So the problem we have is that there's not a lot of meat for the screw to grab on. So Mark was telling me, we spoke about this, that, with time, we're not sure, but with time, with the slide, reciprocating, the screw might break or whatever. So we have to give it something to grab onto. So there is a fix for it. And we're gonna need this stuff right here, which is the steel stick. It's a 900 PSI, kind of like a clay type of stuff. It turns real hard. I've used this stuff in the trucking world. And I'm telling you this, there's a little handle that I mean, this stuff is super, once it dries, it's super hard. Then we're gonna finish off with this stuff right here that has a 3,960 PSI. This takes a long time to cure, but once it's cured, forget about it, it's done. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take this one, which is moldable like a clay, and we're gonna stuff it all the way in there, up halfway through, and we're gonna stuff it in there. We're gonna remove the screw that's in there. We're gonna stuff that in there halfway through, and then we're gonna go ahead and just slowly thread the screw in to the JB Weld mold. Let it sit for a little bit, then take the screw out and put it back in to make sure that it's actually making, tracks. Once we do that and the screw comes in and out, we're gonna let it set with the screw in there and just turning the screw slightly every 25 minutes to make sure it doesn't set with the JB Weld. Then we're gonna top it off and we're gonna fill it up with the softest stuff right here, which once we put that in there, it's gonna become part of the slide. And we'll top it off all the way to the top to lock in this one in there. And that'll be done. But like I said, guys, if you don't wanna go through all those steps, you can just send your slide off to ATEI, Doug and them. They'll cut your slide for $300. They'll have it for about 10 to 15 weeks. So if you're patient and you're not in a rush and you really don't want to deal with all this stuff, you don't really do gunsmithing and stuff, then I really recommend that you send it off to ATEI and just let them do it. But for guys like me that we like to get down and dirty, we like to mess and do a little gunsmithing on our own, this is a cool little project. So, and you're going to be saving weeks and you're going to save about $200. So there it is, guys. So the APX Beretta. This is just a little video. Let you see what it looks like right now. The relief cut. And I'll be posting a video of it once it's done. A real quick video, just letting you guys. It'll be kind of like a slideshow, just letting you see what it looks like once it's done. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. And we'll see how it comes out. All right, guys. That's how we do it, baby.